Right, so this is our schedule for today. So we'll start off with about an hour on each block. We've gone for half an hour lunch. That's okay. And we're split up block 2, half an hour of these either side. So here today we've got myself, Iain, Quinn,
myself,
David, Raymond, Sam and Angela. So let's start off with my short introduction. So those of you that went on the online, has anyone seen the online tutorial yet?
No. It was your one, was it?
My one.
Yeah.
So I put up this question here, so I thought we'd have a crack at this, if we can. So, part A, non-linearity and hysteresis are two factors that can cause a sensor's outputs to fail to reflect accurately the variation of parameter being measured. In a few words, explain why hysteresis is in principle the worst of these faults. So any ideas? Why is it worse than non-linearity?
To be honest, when you put that question up, I panicked a bit. I thought I wasn't going to answer any, well, not a lot of that off the top of my head.
So, first of all, do you know what either of the terms mean? Can we guess? Yeah. Don't forget, we're in an exam scenario. We're going to have to start guessing.
I remember what the graph looks like.
Right.
But that's about it. Has something to do with electromagnets in it, hysteresis. But that's about it.
not necessarily. Actually, yes, but not necessarily. That's
Not really in this.
Not necessarily just magnetism.
What about non-linearity? Is that fairly obvious? Things aren't linear. Yeah? Is that obvious?
Yeah,
No.
straight line.
Not a straight line.
Not a straight line. So I'm potentially got a sensor and it's not responding in a linear fashion. Or I've got this other hysteresis problem. Okay, so sounds like we're not, most of us are clueless what this term is.
Yeah, it's from block 1, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've forgotten.
So the way they describe it in the textbook is, imagine, let's say you've got a train. So you're pulling a train. You've got all these carriages, and you're trying to. The carriage is moving out from the station, and so the carriage at the back is going to take a little bit while to respond to the train at the back. And then similarly, if we're coming into the train station and then stopping, so there's going to be this kind of lagging effect. That's the way that they describe it in the textbook. So, with that explanation, why would that be worse than non-linearity?
You need to know where it's come from.
Exactly. It's kind of like an integration. We don't really know where we've started from necessarily. Whereas with non-linearity, we can in principle correct. Yeah. So that's why. So very conceptual question. Name 2 other sensor areas. Now you got the book open, David, so you should be able to do this. So any suggestions? We're only going for 2 marks. We just need 2 buzzwords to get our 2 marks in return.
Noise.
Noise. I got that on my list. I don't think I have. Yes, well done. Okay.
Yes.
Well, yes. So 1 mark. Okay, so any others on my list? David's got the answers. Come on, David, give us one. Random walk. The random walk of fashion.
You may notice that we track every end of the question as well.
Drift,
Yeah.
response time,
Response. And offset. 0 offset. So yeah, I wouldn't have guessed noise other than re-looking at my notes just now. But it's don't be rude, but that was like a fairly obvious statement, isn't it? So in the exam, stating the obvious will probably be the right answer, you know. So I would have gone for zero offset. I vaguely remember drift. That's our part B. So we're currently on approximately 3 marks, I think, as a team. In 1 or 2 sentences, explain the benefits for using differential signals. So again, just reading the question, look in the book, what do we imagine that differential is referring to?
Yeah, it's the difference between two signals, isn't it?
Yeah, so compared to what other kind of signal?
Linear.
Not quite. So differential is that I've got a place here and I'm measuring the distance from here to here, so yeah. As opposed to
Incremental.
Absolute.
absolute. Google looking down at me knows exactly where I am. Now, Google looking down at me knowing exactly where I am, how well is Google Maps going to do that compared with measuring this from here to here? Even we can make a guesstimate. So you can see that the differential means of measurement is going to be far more accurate, in particular in terms of nanotechnology, than you imagine that we're doing a top-down kind of thing. So that's what we could write there. Again, conceptual question. As long as you could kind of think, what does that word mean in the exam, you don't even have to study the course.
I mean, you could same another answer for that would be talking about noise.
Okay. Okay, some calculations. Do we have calculators? I have one. Does anyone want to borrow my pink calculator? You've got an iPhone.
I haven't got an iPhone.
Oh, that's your calculator.
It's an Android phone.
Oh.
We're engineers.
What an engine.
Okay. I spy an illegal calculator, I think.
Is it legal?
It looks illegal to me.
I hope not, because I've used that every year for exams. I've
750.
All right, I spy a very old calculator then.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
I think
I was
this
at
might be-
it's
I was
on
at
the
college
list.
when I had that, but yeah.
Okay.
I can use that, can I? I've been taking it in.
If it's
Check the list.
if it does graphs or
Okay.
programmable, you might be. Does it do graphs?
It does do graphs, yeah.
In that case, it's probably not.
Okay. I would double
You
check.
might need to spec.
Okay. Yeah.
Pop into Smith's and buy a cheap
Cheap one.
a student can.
Oh, okay, I better do
Tesco.
that. Yeah.
That's good one.
How are we going to calculate the rotation of the Earth about its axis in degrees per hour? What information do we have here?
Rotation 1 day.
Yeah, that's about all we know really. So, one day we've got 1 revolution. So we obviously need to be working in SI units.
It's got degrees.
Units of the question.
Oh, sorry. Units of degrees per hour. Okay, so we need. Sorry, yeah, we need to be working in degrees per hour. So, 1 day equals how many hours?
24
Yeah,
hours.
we've got 24 hours.
360 degrees.
We've got 360 degrees. So what are we going to be doing? The rate of rotation.
360 divided by 24.
Okay.
50 degrees now.
Okay. Oh, that was easy.
It's that simple. It's enough.
Just don't give me that look, an evil look.
That's just my face.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. So
Favourite look.
party. What about party then? We've got a micro machined rotation rate sensor. I haven't got a clue what the answer is for this, by the way. And it does a random walk. It collects an error really of 0.1 degree per hour. So it's kind of got a hysteresis effect. It's got a range of 60 degrees. So 60 degrees, we would say, I would guess about from here to here. That sort of range. Per second. So I can do this, I would say, roughly. Would you say? At that sort of speed? Suggests an application. No, I've got no clue. What could we go for?
Astrophotography.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Any others?
Plane spotting.
Yeah, from a distance. That works. Angela's coming up with all good ideas, gentlemen. Come on, someone from the back row.
So 60 degrees per second.
Horse racing. Sports photography.
It's probably too fast.
You can't.
Just something quite slow moving,
But the Earth rotating.
From a distance, though, no.
slowly rotating.
Yeah. The clue is in, I think in this case, the clue's in the previous part.
Yeah.
Laser telemetry.
Some kind
Okay.
of tracking device.
Yeah, so it's looking like, I guess if we're going with Quinn's and Angela's idea, we're going for some sort of astrophysics-y thing.
Getting the Falcon X back down to Earth.
So let's say again, sorry?
Getting the boosters for the Falcon back down to Earth.
Okay, so the next thing is, have you looked through your sample exam paper?
I haven't looked at. I've looked at the other ones.
So-
I've not looked at the sample.
We'll be coming over this again, but in the back is all of the formulas, and they've arranged them in terms of blocks. So you won't know what these particular terms are. Yeah, so this is what. I didn't mention that.
This is a clever screen.
Yeah, didn't realise it.
Interactive whiteboards.
Okay, so if we look at, let's say the first couple of terms, anyone from the back row can tell me what they think these G terms are.
Conductance,
Conductance, yeah. So, what kind of conductance is the first one? Thermal. So you're gonna have to be able to identify those sort of equations during your exam. You won't be given what the terms are, so you need to learn the terms. And so Raymond, was it Raymond or was it
Sam.
Sam.
Right off the names now. You go.
Yeah, Rob should know. What memorised them? Okay, so Sam, you saw the online thing, yeah? And I talked about how there was these two equation sheets produced for you, which one will have just telling you what the broad subject is, and the other one which will break down your terms. So watch out for things like the K, for example, because K is going to be used in, so this in this particular case, I suppose you could describe it as physics, so physics sort of regime. But also you're going to see K appearing in electronics and possibly in the biology, possibly. So in this term, this thing will be sort of like some sort of thermal conductivity coefficient. Okay, so if we go through them, let's pick on people. So start with David. What's this equation about?
I'm guessing Young's modulus, just over string.
Well done. Stop that. So Raymond, what about this one?
Deflection.
That's well done. Sam, what do you think that equation is?
It's inertia.
Not quite.
Moment of inertia.
Second moment of area. So
okay.
for this one here, it's for a cantilever. And which way is my A and my B going to be?
A's width and B's thickness into
Good stuff. Okay. And do you know what's this one going to be for? What kind of application do you think it will be for a start?
It is
Cantilever, what do you think?
vibration.
Yeah, cantilever, yeah.
Yeah.
This is, I think it's going to be the stiffness factor here. So we've got Young's modulus, we've got, again,
The
the
depth.
width and the depth of your cantilever, and the L will be obviously the length. So you can start guessing what the terms are. Okay.
So what's that, stiffness?
Yeah.
Force divided by deflection?
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
Do we have someone as well?
Yes, we do.
What?
Hello.
T356.
T356.
Hello, what's your name?
Hello, Mudassir.
Mudassir.
Yeah. Mudassir Razak.
Sorry, say that again?
Mudassir Razak.
Okay.
Are you-
This is Ian.
Are you Dr. Bharat?
Yes.
Are you a student?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Come in and sit down.
Okay.
So we've got frequency here, but what kind of frequency have we got? So this is obviously gain cantilever.
Resonant.
Yeah, but so
Angular.
angular, yeah. So be careful. Is the units for this hertz?
rad.
It's going to be rounds per second, yeah. Okay, we've got more. Hello, what's your name?
356, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and what's your name?
Peter.
Peter. Hello, I'm Ian.
I'm
This is Gwyn. So this is obviously going to be for what kind of sort of
Shallow.
it's going to be, yeah, we can kind of see that. So we've got the outer radius and the inner radius.